What's going on, everybody? It's your boy X here, and I'm back with another video. Oh man, the internet is on fire over this Steam. I think it's Steam Dock. Valve was like, as the mighty Thanos once said, and I quote, "Fine, I'll do it myself." I gotta talk about this thing, stuff like that. I have to go. I have to go over everything because this is how the Switch should have been. Maybe not as powerful, probably by the same level, but this is how it should have been. It should have been. Nintendo, if you're sitting back, take notes, pay attention. This is what gamers want in 2021. Upgrades, especially for a handheld. And a handheld PC, Valve was like, man, yeah, let's crush them and stuff like that. Valve had the broom. It was like, and you had these Nintendo fanboys still praising the Switch OLED. Die hard. Well, die for Nintendo. Shit's crazy. But okay, but I will go over everything and stuff about the Switch dock and stuff like that. I guess it's Valve's news. Gaming. It's actually a handheld PC and stuff like that. Now I am not a PC gamer by no means, stuff like that. I play all my stuff on console, stuff like that. I just prefer it and stuff like that because I'm not really like technical that level. I am technical, but I'm not technical like I can't build a PC together or nothing like that. But but what caught my eye is like they said, okay, so it's like a hybrid. So it's like you want the console experience, but you want the power of the PC, but you don't want to go through all the headaches and spend a lot of money, stuff like that. Boom, that's the both worlds, stuff like that. So I am excited, stuff like that. I think it was like registered to get one, stuff like that. So I am on the list and stuff like that because this thing is just too damn good to pass up. So if you guys do enjoy today's video, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe if you are new to the channel, make sure to share this video out, because that helps out so much. We almost to 40 subscribers, so please make sure that you smash that subscribe button, share this video out, because the dub turn out so much. Let's just get right into it. So, okay, Val, I see you. Like I said, I didn't even have a Steam account and stuff like that before this announcement, but over the weekend, stuff like that, I was chilling, chill with my fiance, sitting there, I'm watching a movie. All of a sudden, my notifications ring up, right, on YouTube. Bing, bing. One YouTuber at another YouTuber, stuff like people were talking about this Steam Day. I'm like, Steam Dock. I was like, what is this and stuff like that? Is it for like streaming or whatever? But then I looked it up. Out of IGN video, stuff like that, which has over 2 million views, stuff like that. So people are really checking this out, and I was blown away about the technical specs, the power, the capability, stuff like that. You can basically play AAA games on it. This thing is getting compared to Nintendo up and down, stuff like that. Oh, it's like a Switch Lite. Oh, these, and like I said before, stuff like that. People find some way to hate. Now I do have my little gripes with it, stuff like that, about the design, the button placements, how comfortable it's gonna be, stuff like that. But I'll talk about that at the end, stuff like that. But of course, you have these Nintendo stands that are really going out of the way to be like, oh, you're gonna pay $50 more to hold a brick. Yeah, but you're gonna pay $50 more for the regular Switch to get a downgrade. The same Switch that you already have, but just one change: an OLED screen and an Ethernet port on the dock. and an improved kickstand. No hardware features upgrade. No increased load and sweat. No SSD. You just pay for that OLED screen. Steam Deck, Switch. Steam Deck, Switch. But people are fine. They're all complaining stuff like that. But people are roasting them because it's like this is what it should have been. This is what should have been. Period. This is what the Switch should have been. Nintendo should have woke up and came into today's world of gaming and stuff like that. Because I don't know where they're head at and stuff like that. They're 2000s, but whatever. But let's just get right into onto the specs and stuff and the information that I have right here on my phone, stuff like that. I was gonna do, I'm showing the website, but they have like running videos in 60 frames. Again, it will make my webcam all choppy and stuff like that. So I have it on my phone. So okay, so the first thing up is that price, because the price is number one in everybody's book, everybody's mind. Your console can be so damn good, but if that pricing looking right, no one's gonna fuck with it. So we have starting off the 400. It's 3 miles. So the first one starting out at $400 for 64 gigs. Now, I do not recommend getting this one. Now again, if the budget's tight and the struggle is real, then okay, you can. But you have SSD, but it's not the more powerful SSD than the other two versions. So if you could pay extra $100, stuff like that, might as well get the next two versions stuff. So the next version up is $529 plus tax for 260 56 gig of storage. So that's great, stuff like that. So now you're gonna get the more the SSD with the faster load time, stuff like that, faster performance, stuff like that. So that's great. And then the last versions, which I registered or pre-ordered, was the last one, was for $650 for 512 gigs of storage, stuff like that. And that one comes with an exclusive carrying case, the anti reflective like so basically when you're out and in the sunshine, stuff like that, you can see it better than the other versions, stuff like that. So those are the 3 versions of it, the price point, stuff like that. Like I said, I recommend getting either the middle one to the higher one, because you will get that performance boost, stuff like that. But if you can't understand, then just go of 64 gigs. But that's kind of low on the memory side, stuff like that. Especially when you want to play these big, giant AAA games, stuff like that. You're not going to have enough. But so that's the price, stuff like that. I didn't know about it until I actually saw it and stuff like that, and I was like, well, there's 3 versions, but I got the last one. Now, Switch-like Nintendo. People are comparing this to Nintendo and stuff like that, of course, because it is a handheld. We all know Nintendo has dominated the handheld market for like generations, stuff like that. I think the only competitor was when Sony was doing the PSP, stuff like that, which I love. I hope Sony does another handheld, stuff like that. But we haven't seen a handheld on this level or stuff like that, especially, and it's a gaming PC, stuff like that. So but moving on, it's gonna have its own separate dock. Now the dock is sold separately, stuff like that. We don't know the price and stuff like that. Maybe cheap, maybe expensive, stuff like that. But I can hook up to your TV, or hook up to your monitor, stuff like that, and you get resolutions up to 4K 120 hertz or up to 8K 60 hertz. Now that 8K is irrelevant right now because no game supports 8K. 8K is still probably, but 4K 120 hertz. Nintendo, why is the Switch OLED dock resolution is still 1080p? Tell me, hello, tell me, why is Valve's dock for their Steam dock goes up to 4K 120 hertz. And your dock resolution is still 1080p. Come on now. So yeah, stuff like that. So if you do play on, on the dock and stuff like that, on your TV stuff, and you will get the full 4K and stuff like that, that's great and stuff like that, and those high refresh rates and stuff like that. So you can play your game. So basically, it's like an all-in-one and stuff like that. So you won't sacrifice if you dock it on your TV or your monitor and stuff like that. Especially if you have 4K OLED TV. Whew. But then the dock is always going to have a display port, of course, HDMI, USB ports, and an Ethernet port and stuff like that, which is common. Which Nintendo marketed like it was a new thing. Okay, moving on, stuff like that. It's going to be, like I said, the 3 models, but they said that there's no performance difference, which it kind of is for the last 2 models, or the last 2 price points, because you get faster load times, faster performance. So it kind of is and stuff like that. So but now here's where they took a page out of Nintendo's book. So it's gonna have a 7-inch LCD display, touchscreen display, and stuff like that, up to 60 hertz, but the resolution is only gonna be 720p and stuff. Now, I was hoping that it could be at least 1080p. I don't know why they went to a 720p. I guess because of all the hardware, SSD, stuff like that, because this is thick. Like, it is thick and stuff like that. So, I can see it. The thing has so much power behind it, stuff like that, and stuff. And for the battery life too, stuff like that, which I'll get into a second, stuff like that, probably goes hand in hand. But 720p, okay, but it is 60 frames, so that's way more than what Nintendo would give you. Even though it's the same resolution as the Nintendo, but it's gonna have the processor and stuff like that. So the graphics aren't gonna look as bad, or are not gonna look bad as if you was playing on the Switch and stuff like that. So it's gonna have that, upscale and stuff like that. So, hey, stuff that's so good. Bluetooth, Switch, Nintendo, you need this. So it's gonna have Bluetooth enabled. So basically, you can hook up to like wireless earbuds, so forth. Any wireless and stuff like that. You're good to go. Now the battery life. Now this is what you may want to play this where you buy an outlet, stuff like that, because according to Valve, you only get 2 to 8 hours of battery life, depending on what game you play. So let's say you play a indie game. They said that you might get like 4 hours of out of that, but if you play like an open world AAA game, you might only get like 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half and stuff like that, battery life and stuff like that. Which, yes, the battery life sucks and stuff like that, but it's to be, because this is not a typical handheld. This is a handheld PC, so it is a PC and stuff like that. So it has all these components, hardware stuff running in the background. So it's going to eat through the battery, stuff like that. I'm not mad at it, because I can expect that. So if you think about playing Call of Duty and big giant open world stuff like that, make sure you're sitting by an outlet, because, or have it plugged up, because, or as most cases, just play it on the dock, because if you take it out on the go, it's gonna die really fast, stuff like that. Or just have like a power brick with you on the go and stuff like that to charge it, because it is gonna eat through your battery, stuff like that. But that's all the kind of the information and stuff that I want to talk about. Now I'm gonna put a picture of the device on the screen right now. 3, 2, 1, bam. Now let's get my thoughts about this. Okay, so my thoughts about this whole Switch not Switch, Steam Deck. It looks good. Like I said, so now I'm gonna get to my little gripes. That button placement, stuff like that. I'm looking at it right now. That button placement with the D-pad and the buttons probably too far up. and stuff like that. You do have those analogs and stuff like that, which look high quality. It reminds me of the PS4 and PS5 analogs and stuff like that. And they said that it's not gonna be like no Joy-Con drift stuff like that. You got 2 touch pads, so basically like the PS5 or PS4 stuff like that. You know, the huge touch pad. So you got one on either side and stuff like that. You got a Steam button, which I guess it takes you home to like your Steam page, stuff like that. Like I said, I just made a Steam account, so I don't know too much about Steam stuff like that. But I'll get used to it, stuff like that. But you know, I just buy different games and switch to it. Now there's the 2 triggers and stuff like that on the back and stuff like that. You got your 2 triggers, and then you got grip triggers, stuff like that. So basically, like you're playing like a first-person shooter and stuff like that. You know, it'll be more comfortable. But Valve did said that this is the PC, so you can map and change your control layout and stuff like that all you want. I'm gonna be just playing as a handheld, so I'm not gonna go too crazy with it, stuff like that, because I don't have a powerful PC, stuff like that. But just looking at it and stuff like that, it is, you know, good, stuff like that. So I'm not gonna sit out here and, you know, say it's, oh, it's kind of wonky, but it is massive. It is bigger. It's bigger than the Switch, stuff. It's longer than the Switch and stuff like that. Maybe a little bit heavier, stuff like that. But I don't know how comfortable it will be, because the Switch that I play in handheld is not comfortable for my hands and stuff like that. But maybe it is and stuff like that. But they said that some designs might change. Maybe if you could put some like grip pads on it and stuff like that, maybe it will help. But you know, you have your ports, your volume ports, your USB C port for charging, stuff like that. You know, it has a built-in mic and stuff like that. So that's really cool, stuff like that. It looks like, it looks like a PC, stuff like that, because it is. So then the last thing but not least and stuff, Valve said this is a PC, so you could plug into your computer and customize it. You can download software, or you can erase the Steam software that's already built into the system, which I will not do and stuff like that. But you can, and put Windows, system on it, because it's a PC and stuff like that. But it's the power PC in your hands and stuff like that. That's what I love and stuff like that. So they said that you're not limited to a console or a PC, so that you can have both. But you can have mods on this support and stuff like that. So this thing is looking crazy, stuff like that. So I like what I'm seeing, stuff like that. I just pre-ordered mine, or I put the $5 on deposit. Now, the one thing that they said, these things are going to start shipping in December, but we're probably not going to get. I'm probably not going to get mine until. Everybody probably not going to get it until like early 2022, maybe mid 2022, stuff like that. That's what they're expecting, stuff like that, which is fine, because we're gonna have a lot of games to play and being occupied before this comes about. Once I get my hands on it and stuff like that, I'm gonna review and stuff like that. I'm gonna bring it to you guys, stuff like that. But that's all, man. Valve really said, you know what, we have to save the handheld market, but also giving them the power of a PC and stuff like that, and this is what we want and stuff like that, I could be sitting in my bed or at my mom's house or somewhere and just playing, these open giant world games, stuff like that, and the best quality, stuff like that, and still getting the next gen features like the PS5. Well, not as the PS5, but close to and stuff like that, with the fast load time, stuff like that, SSD and stuff like that. So it's incredible, stuff like that. I can't wait, stuff. I'm super excited, stuff like that. Nintendo, are your ears open? Your eyes open? Because they should be. Because Valve is like, it's coming for your neck and stuff like that. But all jokes aside, stuff like that. And of course, one more thing I'll touch on. People were complaining about the scalpers. Now, we all know stuff like that. Ever since the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S came out, the scalpers have been relentless, stuff like that. You know, you still can't find these consoles nowhere and stuff like that because other scalpers, stuff like that. So you're forced to pay over retail, stuff like that. And what can you expect, stuff like that? New hardware, scalpers see that they can make a profit and money off of it, so they're gonna do it, stuff like that. And it's nothing new, stuff like that. So you know they're really scalping, you know, all that stuff like that. So I recommend do not buy from eBay, do not buy from scalpers because it's way overpriced, stuff like that. Try to get in for the next pre-order wave, stuff like that. It's really easy, stuff like that, to register one, stuff like that. Do not buy one off of eBay because it's like $2,000 plus dollars, stuff like that. So just wait and stuff like that, you know, and eventually you will get one. But that's all I'm gonna say. If you guys did enjoy today's video, make sure that you smash the like button, subscribe if you are new to the channel. Make sure you share this video out because the help channel out so much. And man, oh man, I can't wait to see the comment section. Take it easy, guys. Peace.